I'm Christopher Jones, artist of Young Justice. Check out my work and you're watching the Kind of Epic Show. Well, I am Christopher Jones. I drew the tie-in comic for the Young Justice animated series. I've done a lot of other work for DC and Marvel, including a run on The Batman Strikes, which was another animation tie-in. If you go further back in my career, not everything I've done is based on animation. I did the comic book adaptation of Reanimator back in the day. I actually did a lot of stuff that was not superheroes at all before I got into Marvel or DC, but yeah, these days I seem to be associated a lot with the animation tie-in stuff. But you know, it's been great stuff, so it's hard to mind too much. You know, Young Justice in particular, loved the TV show and really enjoyed working on the comic series. It's been super exciting to be associated with a show that has such a large and passionate fan base, and you know, it happened to come at a time that I have been actively trying to get more active in social media and reach out to fans, and they made it so easy. There's such an eager fandom out there for Young Justice, and it's a lot of fun. You know, the fans really, they have their own little private running jokes, and it's yeah, there is definitely a great community to the fandom. And so yeah, I come to a convention. We have little giveaways, and there's passwords that are things from the show to get stuff, and I have my free
reveal them all now.
my free Disco Wing mini prints. I didn't even know that costume had a name of being Disco Wing until we were putting this online. But yeah, I mean, all kinds of fun stuff for the fans, and you know, we tried to take a role in putting this meetup together. I mean, there might have been something anyway, but we tried to help guide it. Because it's great to get all the cosplayers in one place and all the fans, because yeah, a lot of people come through saying what big fans of the show they are. Some of them older fans, some of them teenagers, and it's just great to get everybody in one place to kind of share their love of the show, and it makes for a great photo op. It's kind of a complicated question. I think that definitely there's not only a lot of diversity in comics now, but the potential for even more diversity of subject matter and style and all of that. And I am for anything that opens it up to being able to do more different takes on these characters, whether it's new creator-owned properties or these long-running franchise characters. I think sometimes things get too focused into like the single unified, you know, continuity of, you know, everything has to work together. And I really enjoy getting to see the fun, different takes on characters. So whether it's something really discrete from continuity, like the Elseworld stuff was, or just, you know, kind of letting a title run on its own leash and have its own identity. So if having stuff available digitally, if opening some of that up makes it easier to have a wider variety of writing style, art style, interpretations of characters, you know, any of that, I'm all for it. Well, it's hard for me to answer anything that really gets into like the behind the scenes, because I don't know the reasoning on stuff, or I know that with Young Justice especially, there's been a big push to continue the show, and I don't know where that stands or what chances there are of anything coming from it. You know, I mean, inherently, TV shows, they have a finite lifespan. I think there's a feeling with both Avengers, EMH, and Young Justice that they kind of went before their time. But, yeah, it's hard to say. I think part of what is great about the shows with these characters is every time someone comes along and does a new interpretation, you get kind of new ideas that sometimes stick. The example I always like to use is, you know, with Batman, every Batmobile since the Adam West TV series has had the big afterburner on the back, because people loved that. So it always, continues through regardless of the medium or whatever. Or even, again, with Batman, he always used to tie a rope to a batarang and throw it. And then in the 1989 film, they gave him the grappling hook gun, and everyone went, "Oh, that's so much better!" And now he always has it. So, you know, whether it's the next Avengers series, whether it's whatever form the Young Justice characters appear in again, hopefully it'll be something good and cool. I would love to see more of these continue because I think they're good. You know, whether Young Justice would continue in a form that I get to participate in, just as a fan, I'd love to see more. I want that season 3. It's hard to like cite one specific thing that could carry over. I think the thing that really distinguished Young Justice is I love the balance they found between the action-adventure storylines and focusing on the characters and the relationships between the characters, not necessarily in a romantic way, just in the fact that seeing friendships tested and seeing the contrasts between personalities. I think Young Justice spoke to that in a way that I'm a huge fan of, say, like the previous Justice League series, but Justice League didn't. Young Justice connected to the characters emotionally in a very different way than the previous show did.
Teens and their emotions.
Well, some of it is that it's younger characters, and you have the coming of age elements of the story. Some of it, I really think, was just the focus of the writing. I mean, I as a huge Batman fan, Batman's my favorite superhero. If that wasn't clear to the world, one of the things I really loved about Batman on Young Justice is I think some writers go further than I would prefer, with Batman being the borderline psychotic-driven, scary guy. I don't think you can be the world's greatest detective and be that oblivious to the people around you and their feelings and how they're reacting to things. And I love the fact that on Young Justice you had a Batman that was driven and compelling, and the guy nobody wanted to disappoint, and the guy everyone wanted to impress, but he was obviously aware of the people around him. He was a great mentor figure. He was a great father figure to Dick Grayson. And I really loved seeing that. And not that that's the only valid characterization of Batman, but I think that kind of character attention is what really distinguished it as a series. You can find me online at www.christopherjonesart.com. I have a blog there, a gallery of my work, links to my upcoming appearances, and all the social media platforms I'm on, including Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, and more.